Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 17th, 2016. I'm Michal Divon, and this is your morning edition here on I24 News. Coming up later today, Russian bombers strike rebel and ISIS targets, taking off from an Iranian airbase for the first time, as the Red Cross calls the battle in Aleppo one of the most devastating in modern times. The latest scores, wins, and losses from the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio. And later on the show, we go to Ben Gurion International Airport, where a group of American immigrants to Israel are arriving this morning. And good morning. Yesterday, Russian long-range bombers took off from Iranian territory for the first time since Russia began active participation in the ongoing war in Syria. The jets struck a series of Nusra Front and Islamic State targets. According to local groups, at least 25 civilians were killed. Russia, which has been front and center in its support of Syrian President Bashar Assad, has become more involved in the expanding Middle East crisis in recent months, and high-level discussions have taken place regarding the partnership in the campaign against Islamic State, a fight that includes Russian, American, Iraqi, Iranian, and Syrian forces, an unlikely series of allies. Recent days have seen major successes for U.S.-backed forces on the ground, and these latest air raids mark another blow to the Islamic State forces. Let's take a look at this report by I24 News journalist Gabrielle Weiniger, and then break it down.
Taking off with a full bomb load, Russian jets have made an impact in the diplomatic battlefield too, after using an Iranian airbase to carry out military strikes in Syria. It's the first time Moscow has used territory of a Middle Eastern country for its campaign in Syria, and the US responded just hours later.
It's unfortunate, but not surprising or unexpected. And I think it speaks to the continuation of a pattern that we've seen of Russia continuing to carry out airstrikes, and now it appears with Iran's direct assistance, that at least purport to target ISIL and Daesh targets, as well as Nusra targets. But in fact, and we've seen this continually, predominantly target moderate Syrian opposition forces.
But Russia say their bombers were targeting the so-called Islamic State and Nusra Front militants in Aleppo, Deir al-Zor and Idlib, targeting numerous militants in their training camps and command posts. It's a fight against extremists that Iran has vowed to take alongside Russia, both seen as the main international backers of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, with Moscow covering the skies and Tehran the ground. But Tehran has long flanked Russia's air campaign, escorting their long-range bombers as they fly over Iraqi airspace, as well as participating in a joint command center in Baghdad. While the cooperation is not new, there's a newly inked military deal that's paved the way for greater coordination, allowing Russia to reduce the flight time to their targets by 60%. Now their strategic Tu-22M3 bombers, known as backfires, no longer have to take off from the southern Russian airfield of Mozdok, but can use Iran's Hamadan base instead, located 600 miles away from Aleppo. Easier, quicker access to Syria may mean increased airstrikes. Attacks rights groups say have led to devastating assaults on civilians, particularly in the north of the country.
And we're joined in studio by Bureau Chief for Russia Today, Paula Slia. Good morning.
Good morning.
And our senior Middle East analyst, Ali Waked. Good morning to both of you. Thank you for being here. But first, we're going to go live to Syria, where UN spokesperson Firas Al-Khatib joins us. Good to have you with us.